Good afternoon and welcome to a special meeting of the Ulysses Town Board. I will call this meeting to order on August 21st, 2024 at 4:03 p.m. May I please have a roll call?
Yes, you may. Mr. Boggs.
Present.
Ms. Weatherby.
Present.
Ms. Olson.
Present.
Mr. Goldman.
Present.
Ms. Bouchard.
Present.
All present.
Thank you. We have a meeting agenda that was presented. I would like to request a small addition, which would be item 4, new business. I would, it's related to a letter of support, submitting a letter of support for the Three Falls LDC for their consolidated funding application grant. Submission grant becomes redundant. Are there any other alterations, adjustments, or deletions that need to happen? Okay, I'll accept a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, brings us to privilege of the floor. There's no one in person. Is there anybody online? I believe we have one person online who would like to address us.
Yeah, thank you. So I just wanted to let the board know one thing from the Water Source Protection Plan Committee. At our last meeting, which was on the 12th, I think, yeah, the Department of Health folks came on to give us a brief update. They're working on the report from the well testing to give the town and the board. And they, at that time, thought that they might be able to get some more funds to do another round of testing. And because they thought our results were interesting and useful to follow up on it. And so then they let us know by email, Linda and I, that they do have more funding and they'd like to do more testing. And that would be in the window that they have, which would be between September 7th and 12th. And they're trying to nail that down. And so I was planning to say that under privilege of the floor at the other meeting, because we had just found that out on the 13th, but there wasn't any time. So I just want to let the board know that. And I presume that's okay. They're going to use the same, I mean, it no cost to the town still. And they're going to use the same list because we had 100 people, a little more than 100 people interested the first time. So work with our New York Rural Water Technical Specialist to look and see, and look at the other data and fill in some more, just to hone down on some of the problem areas they found. And then I asked about the report to the board, and they're going to combine the results of the first testing and the second testing all together into one, because they thought that made the most sense. So anyway, that's what's happening. If that's, I presume it's okay, but let me know if not, and we'll let them know, but it's a good opportunity, I think.
We're aligned.
Wonderful, thank you. Appreciate that.
And the one other thing was that today we submitted the grants, the 2 grants that the board approved for the heat pump for the town hall and the EV. So we should hear about that in a week or so.
Great. Cool.
Anyway, over and out.
Thank you so much. Then is there anybody else online, nobody in person, who wishes to address the town board? The privilege of the floor. You can have up to 3 minutes. Okay, that'll move us to executive session for personnel matters related to a public official. I would like to invite into our executive session, in addition to the town board members, town attorney Nate Van Wy, and attorney Kristen Smith, who would be attending remotely. Is there a motion to approve going into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And we are in executive session. Out of executive session.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the town board was in executive session. We took no action in executive session. We're now back in the public. I have a resolution that I'm going to introduce. A resolution censuring town board member Michael Boggs, whereas a complaint was filed against town board member Michael Boggs on January 29th, 2024 and February 13th, 2024, alleging inappropriate conduct by Mr. Boggs in his actions as a town board member when interacting with a town staff person. And whereas the town board authorized an investigation of this matter at a meeting on February 8th, 2024, and delegated authority to the town supervisor to hire a law firm to conduct such an investigation. And whereas Kristen Smith Esquire, partner with the law firm Bond, Shonik and King, was retained to conduct such investigation. And whereas Ms. Smith conducted such investigation, provided a report dated July 8th, 2024, in which she concluded that the complaint was partially substantiated and that Mr. Boggs had violated the town of Ulysses diversity, equity, and inclusion policy and communications policy through his treatment of a town staff person at town board meetings and other interactions, including email. And whereas the time for the town staff person and Mr. Boggs to appeal such conclusion has now expired, leaving uncontested the report's conclusions. And whereas the town board finds that treating all persons with dignity and respect is crucial to a well-functioning unit of government, and further finds that enforcing its policies will instill confidence that the board takes such policy seriously, and that the board will hold all town officials to established standards of conduct. Now therefore be it resolved that in consideration of the foregoing, the town board of the town of Ulysses hereby officially censures town board member Michael Boggs for his violation of the town of Ulysses diversity, equity, and inclusion policy and communication policy. And be it further resolved that Mr. Boggs is reminded of the expectations of all persons serving the town of Ulysses to treat others with dignity, respect, and decency. I will move that resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? I will call for a vote. All those in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries 4-1. Okay, that concludes the business of the town of Ulysses board. May we have a motion to adjourn?
To adjourn.
Second. Thank you.